Hi everyone, welcome back. Here in this video, we will be discussing on class Chilopoda. Class Chilopoda, the name has come from two Greek terms, kylos and podos, which means lip and foot. It includes centipedes or hundred-leggers, and the members of Chilopoda they all have a very elongate body and dorsoventrally flattened body. The body is divisible into head and trunk. The trunk is composed of almost 15 to 177 or more trunk segments. The head bears a pair of antennae, a pair of mandibles, and a pair of maxillae. Uh, each of the trunk segment bears a pair of legs on each side. This the trunk segment. They bear what you call a pair of legs on the lateral sides. Okay, and the first pair of legs it forms a poison claws. The centipedes, you can see they have no waxy waterproofing layer or their cuticle, and hence what happens is mostly the what you call the chilopods they are found in and around moist environment or moist damp environmental conditions. Okay, generally they are found in leaf litter, in woods, forests, or in rotting timbers. And the chilopods, they include two main groups, that is centipedes and the Scutigera. Most of the chilopods, they are nocturnal in habit, but Scutigeromorpha, which includes Scutigera, they are active in daylight as well. Okay. Um, they are, you can see the as already mentioned, their first pair of legs it is modified to form a pincer like structure. You can see in this particular figure here. Okay, this is the structure, the first pair here. You can see this one, very sharp, very prominent. Okay, this is in one of the examples of what you call Chilopoda, that is a Scolopendra. Okay, so this pincer-like structure is what is referred as a fossipule, and it is used to inject venom into the prey, and this enable the chilopods to kill and consume their prey like insects, other centipedes, annelids, mollusks, and even sometimes smaller vertebrates. Chilopods by nature they are predators. They are active predatory in nature, and it is with this pair of strong poison legs or claws they what you call capture the prey. Okay, and the venom they inject can be painful in some cases. Very few species it can cause painful what you call effects on the interaction of these poisons into the humans. Okay, otherwise it is harmful. They are all harmful. Now centipedes they have a single claw at the end of each leg. You can see here. This is the end, the each leg. Okay, so here you can. This is a terminal segment. Okay, you can see the terminal part how it looks. Okay, so they have a a single claw at the end of each leg with which they walk or run, and this kind of a movement it is known as digitigrade. Okay, that is it is on the legs they are moving, but usually the chilopods are like that, that is they are digitigrades. But in the case of Scutigera, which is very fast moving, which are very fast moving animals, you can see that these chilopods they have a multi-articulate foot with numerous hairs to help them to get a better grip on the ground, and this kind of a movement is known as plantigrade. Okay, so that is usually the nature. Another important feature is that all the chylopod, all members of the chylopod, they have simple eyes, but in Scutigera, they have almost like a compound eye similar to what we can see in the case of insects. Okay, it is a multi-faceted eyes. Okay, multiple eyes are there, and each of them works like a ocelli. Okay, so two examples which you are supposed to learn under Chilopoda, it is the Scolopendra genus as well as the Scutigera. Okay, so here you can see the first one. It is a Scolopendra. Scolopendra, it is very common in tropical regions, and you can see all the characters. That is, each segment is provided with a pair of legs and very prominent antennae. They have the fossipule on either side on which the head is resting. and it bears the poison gland, or it is a poison claw. And then at the end you can see the end segment do have the appendage which is very prominent, almost antenna like. So this is a nature, and the body is divided into head and a long trunk. Okay, only the trunk segments do bear the pair of appendages. So this is about the centipedes. And very unique about the life cycle, male centipedes, they spin small web onto which they deposit the sperm packet for the female to pick up. And in some species of this one, the chilopods, we can see that there may be a short courtship dance or tapping of antennae before the female. That is, the male will be tapping the antennae before the female, and the female gets encouraged to to pick up the sperm packet into her genital opening. And eggs may be laid in groups under a rock or log, in the soil or under the bark, or it usually may be guarded by the females, or may not be, sometimes depending upon the species. Okay, and centipedes usually, they have when they hatch out, they have less legs, and as they grow after each successive molt, the number of segments increases. Similarly, the number of appendages also increases. That is, as soon as they hatch out from the eggs, the number of segments and number of legs on them, it is less, while after each molt, it will increase, the segments increases in number, and similarly the number of paired legs also increases. So that is about the what you call the life cycle. As already mentioned, they are very predatory in nature, and they kill and consume many other prey animals like spiders, insects, what you call even millipedes or some other centipedes, etc. And it is done with the help of the fossipule. Okay, even in some cases you can see it feeding on smaller vertebrates such as frogs, mice, small geckos, etc. Okay, so that is about the Scolopendra. The Scutigera, okay, this is the Scolopendra we have mentioned. This is the head region, the fossipule, very unique, you can see. This is the terminal segment with very shining, what you call, limb here. So this is about the, next is the Scutigera. Scutigera, it is a fast moving chylopod, and you can see it's all the legs, the antennae, the last what you call pair of appendages, all these are very, very long. The 15 pairs of legs usually present on the trunk, they are long, and the you can see the hind legs often have limbs which are antennae like. Very unique about the Scutigera is uh, the presence of spiracles for respiration. The spiracles, in the case of Scutigera, it is present only on the first 7 segments. Okay, and that too, it is present on the dorsal side. In the case of Scolopendra, we can see that these what you call respiratory openings, it is present on the lateral side of the trunk segments, and it is this the spiracular opening leading into tracheae that helps in respiration primarily. But in the case of Scutigera, what happens is the trachea is very short, and the spiracles are present only on the first 7 abdominal segments, and these lead into these spiracular opening. It will lead into very short tracheae, and from there the oxygen is picked up by the body fluid, the hemolymph, and it is this circulating fluid which will take the oxygen to the tissues inside. Okay, so there is a respiratory pigment which is very unique, that plays an important role in respiration in Scutigera. Apart from that, we can see that the Scutigera, it is the only group of chilopods with compound eyes. As we have already mentioned, they have like multiple ocelli-like structure that group together to look like a compound eye, similar to that of the insects, right? All other chilopods, they have either simple eyes or they don't have any eye at all. But in the case of Scutigera, they have multiple ocelli-like structure that group together to look like a compound eye. So this is about the chilopods. We have seen the characters of Chilopoda, the examples Scolopendra and Scutigera. Okay, fine. Thank you.